All right, Shalom. Before I start, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachachorash, the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Achim, Wa'akwa, learning, teaching in truth and sincerity under the video through the Spirit. Your brother Malak from GMS Detroit. Hey, this one right here, we told you about the CIA. Motherfuckers is ruthless, right? I did a video on them not too long ago where a guy, he worked in the government, he used to work in the CIA. He's openly telling you how the CIA ain't did nothing good since 1947, which is when they were created. They ain't been doing nothing but assassinations, what's the word? Infiltration, espionage, sabotage, right? That's what that branch of government is set up for. And in the movies and TV shows, they make it look cool, right? James Bond slips in and slices a nigga's neck, which James Bond was essentially a British version of the CIA. I forget what they're called. But these people do real missions. They really show up and destabilize country. They really tap people's phones. They really, are part of plots that get people locked up, never to be seen again, and or straight up murdered. It's not a video game, it's not a movie, it's just not a TV show, it's not a conspiracy theory. And then today, the climate right now, y'all, all the conspiracy theorists, we're being proven right. These people are touching kids. These people are cannibals. I want to get to that video later, Lord willing. These people are overthrowing countries and creating problems so that they can bring a solution. So I got Buddy. Some of it is mixed a little bit of comedy, but he's dead ass serious as he's going to be giving his breakdowns, y'all. It's going to be dead ass serious. And hey, to the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, hey, with our elder apostles and bishops and the elder brothers over the camps here at Great Millstone, y'all, we've been telling y'all of this. The apostles, dudes like Eustace Mullins, that one dude, something Peters, I forget his name, right? They were watching and learning about this kind of information back in the 90s, right? Telling us about it. And the old, you still got the old school videos. You'd have been considered absolutely crazy. They're not doing that. The government wouldn't do that. Yes, the fuck they are. And it's been found out now. And hey, it's been revealed unto us the things that Esau does in the dark. Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? So all the evil that he's been doing in the darkness, y'all, hey, the Lord gave us the spirit to know it first. And so we're not conspiracy theorists. We've been telling y'all what the fuck was going on, and y'all been clowning us. Now look, all right, Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. So the secret things that's been going on, hey, the Lord made us aware of it so that we could avoid certain things. And now the world is catching on. How about that? Let's start with this first one.
Are yes. Are hitmen real? Yes. At the National Security Council, there's a committee that meets every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock to draw up something called the kill list. They sit around a table and they make a list of all the people that they want to kill that week. And then they take it back to the CIA, which has a dedicated unit. I won't tell you the name, but it has a dedicated unit that takes...
And right there, since he is a former member, there's certain things he can and can't say. So he can give certain pieces of information, but he can't give it all. Because, of course, if he did, they wouldn't let him make this video. Nigga would be up the river swimming with the fishes that he been dropping niggas off in.
Receipt of the list, they say, okay, number one, they drive to the airport, they get on the plane, they go out to that country, they kill the person, they come back, and then they go to number two on the list. That happens every single week. Now, we can have a conversation about whether that's right or whether it's wrong. It's certainly immoral. It's illegal, but it's been tasked by the president. At the same time, they will tell you, there hasn't been another 9/11, has there? Maybe it's because we're out there killing people.
What kind of people would be on that list?
Oh, the most dangerous terrorists in the world. Or at least people that the CIA deems to be the most dangerous terrorists in the world. Are hitmen...
the people that the CIA deems to be. And like he said, this shit isn't legal and it surely isn't moral. So if they got a problem with you, they send them jackals at you. So who gave this man the power on the earth to go around murdering people? You can't just up and murder somebody because you feel like it. And like he said, hey, they've been given the green light from the president. So think about that. Every day, the presidents that have resided over this country, especially in the modern era, they've been signing off on papers to have people plugged. They signed off on papers to set up the fall of Muammar Gaddafi, Patrice Lumumba, tried to get Castro out of there many a times. They got many of the rulers in South American countries killed, right? You had what was known as, if I remember correctly, Operation Condor, like the bird, where they basically just went on a slew of killing South American presidents over the countries who didn't want to get in line with democracy, right? They killed a whole bunch. I can't remember all their names. I know the guy from Puerto Rico got killed, the president, right? Which led to a rebellion. We just see what happened with Maduro, right? This is how Esau gets down. This isn't just a Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie plot. They're literally doing this in real life. Your United States government is involved in espionage, destabilizing the other countries of the world, pretending to be the goody little two-shoes in the public, but behind closed doors are torturing people. And you think that they torture your mamas, they torture grandmamas, grandpapas, and children. You know, if a guy gets deemed the T word, they have no problems kidnapping dude's family, duct taping them down, right? With whole, knives in their hand, poking and prodding them, telling them you better, come to such a location or do this or that or your family's dead. And you out there voting for them, so-called, right? You out there arguing with us, trying to defend this government and these people, and they're absolute fucking demonic, decrepit creatures. Come on now, y'all. All right, let me get I believe it's Isaiah 29, y'all. And like the things that are coming out now, y'all. These people have spent billions of dollars to keep hidden, to keep a secret, right? These are things that people will. You remember the video game Hitman, for some of you brothers, right? The bald head nigga, Agent 47, coincidentally, with the barcode on the back of his neck, right? These people have put wire around people's throat and squeezed until motherfuckers died to keep these type of secrets hidden. And now it's just all out in the open. It's just all out in the open, y'all. And that's to the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. The spirit, he be putting it on these dudes to get to talking. And then, where legally they're able to speak about it without suffering, the ramifications, such as death. Isaiah, 29 and 15, it says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us?" And this has been the mind of Esau, Edom, specifically the elite, for the longest. They had the shadows to their benefit. They're very clandestine, doing evil secretly. All right, right here. The elite, they're in this position. The elite of the Edomites, the Amalekites, the secret banking families, right? People running these governments and these mega corporations. They're all related. They have these old goofy ass last names, but these people have the power in the world. And with that power, they've been pulling the strings. All right. They made movies, they made video games, they made TV shows. If you remember The Americans on FX, that one was dealing with some KGB Russians pretending to be Americans. You have the one with the Jack Reacher show, right? Your favorite fucking action heroes. This shit is real deal, and people really die and get tortured in real life, man. In all actuality, it's not funny, because nothing Edom does is justified. So here it is, they're calling you a T, giving you that T label, and you're not even the same nationality the people who did whatever, but they all up in your country, and when Americans show up, it's a wrap. All right, so let me come back now. Let me grab another clip. So right here, let's get this second one. This will be a little bit funny.
People go around assuming our devices are secure. They're not secure at all. At all. It's not just, NSA, CIA, FBI you have to worry about. It's the British, the French, the Germans, the Canadians, the Australians, the New Zealanders, the Russians, the Chinese, the Israelis, the Iranians. I mean, everybody has these capabilities. Capabilities to do what? To intercept communications. They can take control of your smart TV remotely, and they can make the speaker turn into a microphone. So even though the TV is off, it can still hear everything that's being said in the room and broadcast back to the CIA. Can they do that with genius devices? Oh, they could do that. When I first got hired, they were able to do that. They can take...
When I first got hired, they were able to do that. And he's an old man. Your government has been spying on you. All the nations have this technology. They don't give us these smartphones because they care about us. Now they know where everybody's at, what you're saying, what you're doing, what you're watching, who you're speaking to, who you're related to, where you live, what your kids look like, all that goofy shit. And you posted it.
Control, again remotely, of a car's computer system in order to, in order to kill you. Crash the car, take it off a bridge, take it into a tree. We'll go around assuming our devices.
They can take control of your car and send your ass over the bridge, man. So certain people, y'all, how, certain airplanes crash and certain people's don't. Rocky Marciano, Aaliyah, right? You see what I'm saying? They can steer your plane out the sky. They can steer your car for bridge. And I know that car part is true for a fact, because here in Detroit, y'all, you had the famous case. I forget the guy's name. He was an Ishmaelite, an Arab, right? He was a car dealer. He was known in the area. And apparently, he had a thing on his cars. If you, weren't paying him, he would shut your car off. He had a device on his vehicles that he could shut your vehicle off when you was too late on payments. Then there's somebody to come pick it up. Well, this guy shuts a vehicle off while it's on the freeway, and of course caused a horrific accident, right? And dude got sued so bad, went out and had to close it all down, all that good stuff, right? So if this is something a regular car salesman can get his hand on, what the fuck do you think the government can get their hand on? And Esau Edom, he likes to play himself as a god on this earth. And he's in that position, right? He has the technology, he has the capability, but he's going to be destroyed. And that's why first he's being exposed, and then he'll be brought down. This is 2 Thessalonians. I'm going to start at 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3 says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." And the man of sin is being revealed, y'all. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's being revealed as the son of destruction, because that's what he brings on the earth: destruction, war. He takes peace from the earth. And before the end of this time, we would find out who he is again. Remember, the falling away, we were stripped of our heritage, right? 70 AD, had to flee into West Africa, transatlantic slave trade, and now we're all these centuries later, we're back at square one. Jacob versus Esau. All right, verse 4, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is a God." And this is the position that they're trying to take in the earth. Hence, they have the ability to spy on you, to do these things to you, left and right, unchecked. And who's going to stop them? You can't do nothing about it. I can't do nothing about it. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai is our defense against these devils. And the Lord looks out for us in ways that we don't know, y'all. Because if you don't believe that these devils want to do things to us, here it is. They have money to go internationally and take out entire world leaders. But we're being spiritually protected through Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's just a simple answer. He keeps them from coming to eliminate us. Right, logically you would think we'd be the first people they come run down on, but we do know that they are going to come, right, sooner than later. Revelation 3, right, Revelation 12, Revelation 14. Some of us will have to die as martyrs, right, proof of our faith as a witness to the testimony of Yahweh Shai. So they will come in time, but it's all good. Right here in this video, that one I was talking about, CIA, a history of failure. It says, "We don't need the CIA, Chris Hedges report." And this is a real good video, y'all. 34 minutes long. Everything that was going on. All right, and right here, y'all. Hey, I think this is the same guy. John Kiriakou It says worked for the CIA from 1990 to 2004, first as an analyst and later as a counter-T operations officer overseas in Bahrain, Athens, and Pakistan, where he was the CIA's chief of counter-T operations. He became the sixth whistleblower indicated under the Espionage Act by the Obama administration and was sent to prison for 2.5 years. Damn, so Blood did jail time behind this. And I think this is the same guy. He looks like him. He just looks a little bit chubbier. Or, both these niggas, they might have been cousins. But you going to see him here speaking in a moment.
Of military raids on al-Qaeda safe houses in Pakistan, capturing dozens of suspects, including the 2002 raid that captured Abu Zubaydah, then thought to be the third-ranking member of al-Qaeda. He was also the first CIA officer to publicly confirm that the CIA waterboarded prisoners and that such an action was torture. He confirmed that torture was an official U.S. government policy rather than wrongdoing by a few rogue agents. He became the sixth whistleblower indicted under the Espionage Act by the Obama administration and was sent to prison for 2.5 years. Joining me to discuss the CIA, how it has evolved, how it sees its mission, what it...
Yup, it is him, y'all. I'm just double checking. It is him. Yeah, so he lost some weight recently. Damn, I didn't realize he did jail time for this shit, y'all. Hey, that songs, boy. Let's say that. Man, the Lord, bro, they be talking. He getting that camera, niggas be doing podcast. This a real podcast, bro. Who gives a fuck about why Keisha don't want to submit? Fuck Keisha, bro. This some real shit.
does, how it works, and the effects of its clandestine operations around the globe is John Kiriakou. So, John,
so you see right here, he has some weight on him, but he wouldn't got that weight off, because them niggas probably looking for.
Theory, the CIA is subject to oversight by Congress and the Inspector General throughout the intelligence community, but this oversight has been weakened almost to the point of non-existence. And I wondered if you could talk about the nature of the oversight and the consequences of...
So by oversight, meaning the CIA does what it wants. They don't have, the checks and balances that's supposed to keep it from playing dirty. Now they do whatever they want, essentially. It's like its own entire branch of government at this point.
The lack of oversight.
Sure, Chris. First of all, thanks for having me. You're right about oversight. Oversight was a very serious thing beginning in 1975, and it was certainly serious through the Reagan administration into the end of the 1980s. There were members of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence and the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence that took their oversight duties very, very seriously. And that began to weaken in the 90s. And then it changed utterly when the 9/11 attacks took place. Now we've got these oversight committees that really act as little more than cheerleaders for the CIA. It's up to these members of Congress to tell the CIA, no, you can't do that. No, you can't have a torture program or an illegal rendition program or an archipelago of secret prisons around the world. You can't transform yourself without congressional approval into a paramilitary organization. You can't set up an assassination squad that...
Y'all, he's been blowing the whistle on this one, for some time, y'all. What do you say? Torture, torture programs, secret paramilitary group, right? Secret prisons, assassination squads. He's not joking. People are putting the music and the little memes and pictures and ha-has behind it, but he's dead ass serious, y'all, and he's been shining a light on this. And we've been telling you, this is how these devils operate in the dark. Yet they proclaim to be, so holy and majestic.
Travels around the world to just carry out hits of people whose politics you don't like. And we just don't get that kind of oversight anymore.
We had the Feinstein report, and the CIA really effectively railroaded her, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they did. You'll recall, too, that John Brennan, when he was the CIA director, as that report was being researched and written, ordered CIA officers or CIA contractors, it's never really been clear, to hack into the Senate Intelligence Committee's computer systems to see what it was that these investigators were gathering. And, even though that was referred to the Justice Department in a crimes report, there was never any investigation and certainly never a prosecution.
Well,
So I'm gonna fast forward. Y'all come watch this whole thing. It's real good, y'all. I just don't have the time to play the whole thing. I just wanted you to see, he's been blowing the whistle, and he told you right there those 4 things: assassinations, torture, secret prisons, and a paramilitary group. They roll around and do whatever they want to whomever they want, and they use these events, these false flag events, to be an excuse to come roll on your ass.
I remember she was quite.
Yeah, you're very plain English. The CIA director of committing a crime cannot kill people. We do not and will not kill people. And we will not task others with killing people. Well, within just days of the 9/11 attacks, 12333 was rescinded. And all of a sudden we started setting up assassination squads. When I was in the CIA's counterterrorism center, I sat, 20 feet away from a guy who was very friendly. He would come in and say good morning every day. Morning, guys. I'd say good morning. Morning, Rick. How are you doing? How was your weekend? How are your kids? And then he would disappear for a week, 2 weeks at a time. And we just all assumed he was going TDY, temporary duty, like we all did. I made 25 international trips in the 1 year after the 9/11 attacks. And then finally one day I said to the guy I sat next to, what exactly does he do here? Like I see him all the time. He's very friendly, but I don't really know what he does. And my friend was kind of exasperated. He said, John, he's in charge of the Special Activities Division. You get it? Special activities? And I said, of course. So he would just get on a plane, go to some foreign country, kill people, get back on the plane, and come home. And
come home, kiss his wife on the forehead, and tuck his kids in the bed. And these dudes are whole. I'm talking about they had dudes upside down, tied by their ankles, naked, skinning the skin off their balls, bro, screaming their eyes out. And he just go home and eat a Pop-Tart. This is the devil that you know. This is the enemy that we're dealing with, y'all. They're not playing.
Wait for the next assignment. I had worked in the Middle East for a little.
And hey, this is a real good one, y'all. Come check it out. I'm gonna go back and play another video, be a little bit more of a funny one. But this is how they get down, y'all. And we've been telling you. We've been telling you. And now, hey, his own people, the spirit put it on Edom because he can't contain himself anymore. His own people snitch on themselves, y'all. Isaiah 64, and I could read this whole chapter because we need it, man. But I'm gonna start at verse 6. Isaiah 64 and 6, it says, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. Bingo. So these people, y'all, hey, they spent plenty of time and money on these missions. To us it's a video game, to us it's a movie, to us it's a TV show, to us it's entertainment. People really get out here, be dressed in all black with some fucking Splinter Cell goggles on, coming up out the water with a knife and a suppressed pistol, bro. Plug-in fools, man. There ain't nothing cute about it. But nevertheless, hey, the Heavenly Father's going to keep us protected from all this. As he does, as a matter of fact. As he does. Let me get this next clip. And this will probably be the last one. So let's see.
I broke into some guy's house and planned.
See,
I get home from a day.
See, this is the thing too about the Israelis. If they want to kill you, they won't like just do a close-in hit. They'll blow up the entire city block where you live. They'll kill 1,000 people just to get you, and they don't care. And then they say, what are you going to do about it? You're going to go to the International Court of Justice?
Do they really do this?
Yeah. Uh-huh. See, this is...
And the way that I would have been sitting there, and I don't drink coffee, I would have handed this nigga the biggest thing of coffee he ever didn't drink, and I'd have let him talk. Are you serious? I know he's serious. Otherwise, he wouldn't be saying it. I'm going to let that boy pour his heart out and get us that information, y'all. These people of the world, they're so shocked to actually find out how evil their government is. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, because he's taught you nothing but lies. He had you stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. right? The first movie you might have ever saw was fucking, the first little TV show you saw was Barney. You thought shit was sweet. Shit ain't sweet out here, boy.
I'd get home from a day where, I broke into some guy's house and planted a camera on a bug, and I'd get home and she'd say, "How's your day?" I'd say, "Great." "What'd you do?" "Not a darn thing." And then my phone would ring at, midnight, and a guy would say,
"The rain in Spain falls mainly in the plain."
and I'd say, "Mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy." And that means, meet me at the yacht club parking lot in 3 hours. And then I'd leave. She would say, where are you going? It's midnight.
"I gotta work."
So I'd leave, I'd do my meeting, I'd come home, 6 o'clock in the morning, just in time to shower and shave and get dressed to go to work. And she would say,
"What was her name?"
and I remember this one terrible time. That's what she said to me. What was her name? The truth is,
I had been sitting in a garbage dumpster, waiting for a guy to drive by down the alley and throw a bag of documents in. And I stunk.
of garbage. And I said to her,
"Do I seriously smell to you like I've been with a woman? Seriously."
so we ended up getting a divorce.
Hey, that's funny as hell, man. These bras are fucking a joke, bro. No matter the nationality, no matter the time, no matter the year on Earth. But he's staked out in a dumpster for 3 hours, bro. They take it that far, y'all. They take it that far. Because he knew somebody was going to drive by and drop them documents. Your documents. But this is what they do. They've been telling us, are you going to listen? And this one popped up. I didn't even, you know how, you click on a reel, all you do is swipe down and something will pop up. So I didn't have this one saved, but I'm saving it now and I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep that, baby. We need all that beautiful being footage, like Tommy used to say. So these guys are being revealed, y'all. I mean, fuck, come on. What more can we say to you? The light is being shown on the dark deeds of Edom. And now you have a choice. You can accept this truth, or you can still feign ignorance and be destroyed by these demons. You take your pick, all right? Let me give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachakorash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.